Hey, welcome back. Tonight's project is probably one of the more detailed pieces I've attempted recently, and an unusual one as I don't usually do man-made backgrounds. The other day I was whiling away some time between projects and I decided to crack open a game of solitaire, and I realised just how long it's been since I played the game IRL. Heck, I don't even know where my playing cards have got to at this point. But this is a game I played ever since I was a little kid, and I harkened back to those days spent playing at the kitchen table. Rain coming down outside and leaving drops on the window while I stayed warm and dry indoors. So I decided to recreate that warm, cozy atmosphere from my youth. So I went onto Unsplash and collected some reference photos and photobashed them together to get the composition I wanted. Stick around to the end to see the final piece. And if you like what you see, please be sure to leave the video a like and subscribe and ring the bell to see more content and to help keep this channel growing. I started off by sketching in the overall pose in the background, mapping out where each bit would sit relative to the other elements there. Once the sketch was done, I started blocking in the colours. I decided to block in all the colours before moving on to the highlights, shading and details. I decided to have the character in the piece be my jackal girl, who I painted about a week ago now. You can find a link to the time-lapse of me painting her up in the corner. So I started painting in the fur and the shadows and highlights, working my way through each separate piece of the painting, focusing on finishing one bit before moving on to the next. I think the bit I was happiest with was the sheen of the tabletop. The lighting just came out exactly as I wanted it to. That moment of satisfaction when something does that is pretty hard to beat. Then it was time to paint in the water drops on the window. I put in all the dark spots before adding in a bright highlight to each one. Then I used the eraser to partially erase the ones at the top and bottom of the windows, as the light isn't striking them as strongly. I added in an extra layer above the main layers where I added in a deeper shadow to my Jackal girl, as well as an overlay layer to let me put in the light cast on her from the light above. And with that, I was done. Let's have a look at the final piece.